So I'm about to submit my work for the integrations ENS, HNS, RNS project here on for the Sovryn. Just going to highlight it in this video. There's a couple of more in-depth videos out there. Basically, we have the Sovryn or the Sovryn front end is forks from the distributed collective here. There's not much different between mine and there. Basically, the only thing I've done is if you add Docker and Tor support, you'll find a so the Docker file gets kind of large. It is a multi-stage build, so we basically build it in Node, and then we use Nginx and Tor down here to serve it up. There's could probably speed up the build and whatnot by putting this kind of stuff on its own image that we didn't have to build it every time. Anyway, perfections come later. It definitely works, and I like it. It's end-to-end automated. In other words, once we pull this in, like this, I'm 42 commits behind distributed collective development. If I were to merge this in, it kicks off a whole set of actions. The first one being to build and push the Docker image, which takes a little while on its own right. The build process. Let's see. Does it say how long it takes? It does take. Yeah, it takes about 14 minutes total. Most of that is the node build for production and whatnot. In the end of this one, we trigger another. This could be collapsed, but initially I had forked this repo called ETE production from Overclock. It's Akash. Can we say official? End-to-end testing that they built. I was going to try to build a tool that basically started the deployment, waited for bids, took the cheapest one, send the manifest, and I found this tool that they build for testing, and I was like, this is exactly what I need. So other than a small modification to the tool itself, which just adds a flag skip to skip the teardown, but there's the end-to-end testing, so they want to make sure they tear down the the close or close the deployments that they've got open. I don't want it to tear down. So what happened is I forked this one and I put my manifest in here, and I started running it. I would trigger the manifest by this. So if you watch my the Sovryn node, you'll see where I actually take this and I build, and I now I push this this container that gets built here gets pushed out to Docker Hub, and our actions now. So I can do it in this one now, but I'll show you just what it's doing. It would literally be the same action, just it's easier to use now for anybody. If we hop over to the workflows, look at master, I have a bit more or a different breakdown of the same thing happening for the Sovryn node. You'll see that you still use Ubuntu latest as a GitHub thing. It runs my container, checks out, basically it gets mounted in there, and then I'll go over this in the other video, but it just basically sets up a cache. This particular container is built, if we look real quick, trying to keep this kind of quick, to Docker file. I build the end-to-end testing, my modified version, the end-to-end tool. It's not testing anymore, basically. And then I copy it over to this other container, and I move it in user bin just for accessibility. And I also install the Akash CLI. But that's it. So if you were go dive this container and take a look at it or something, it's quite nice. Probably could be made a little smaller, cleaning up after the apt update and stuff like that. Anyway, so we get back over to the action. What happens is there's a few things. So it'll do the checks out, imports the key, their certificate. These are all settings. We'll see secrets. So you'll see these. So there's a lot less secrets on this one than on the Sovryn node one. So you have the deploy cert, the deploy key, which is the password that you use to encrypt, or sorry, the token is the password you use to encrypt the Tendermint key, or it looks like a Tendermint key, I guess. Whenever you do the Akash key export or whatever, you just dump that in those, and that's the only thing you need to actually run the E2E tool. And enough stuff for Akash to basically function. The Discord webhook basically fires off a message to Discord when it's done. So if we go back over here, it's just a post message. I think it's a curl message or something over to Discord. I get it in my message here. So if I look at like general, here we go. So basically, every time it pings out, lets me know that this is after the deployment on Akash. So I left that saying run and test, but it's modified a good bit. It probably should just say deploying. It does get a URL. You do have to tell Akash needs I think an external port. It was failing without it, but in reality, the way Tor works is Tor envelopes and proxies all that traffic. So the ENS part is if you were to hit Tor browser HTTPS SovrynTor.eth. So if we do that, I have MetaMask installed, so this is going to MetaMask is going to look at the ENS. What was that? The Ethereum blockchain and resolve my onion address because I've recorded that there already, and so it'll always spin up on this address, Tor will, because I'm passing in those these keys, the public and private Tor keys. So you could change that. You could nix them actually and get random every time, and but then your ENS integration wouldn't always work. Anyway, it's a bit slow right now, but it will resolve, and there's videos of me doing the actual transactions and stuff. I'll link them in this video. There's a abridged version and a non-abridged version, long video. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to show in this one. Like I said, it's fully end-to-end automated now, so I can pull code in from here. Right now, it's on the development branch, but if this was get pulled in, or if it was get pulled up to distribute collective and cared to run on something like Tor, you could make that build on however you wanted to release. Probably speed up the builds too. The 15-minute rollout time is a little harsh, but there's probably things that don't need to be rebuilt every time. Anyway, that's just a quick rundown of this project. A lot of time and effort was spent in these Sovryn Akash integrations. So I hope they are useful, and I'm down for any comments, questions, critiques. Hey, I want to learn. So if you got something, let me know. Let's talk.